Okay, so good afternoon, participants. We have come to the uh, final session of this particular FDP, and as per the guideline of Atal Academy, we need to conduct a session that will be a compulsory session on mental health, stress management, meditation, or mind management, etc. So, in order to do so, uh, we have Sahaja Yoga team, and we have respected Vijay Kumar Nalgirkar sir with us. So they will be uh, taking over this particular session and delivering on Sahaja Yoga meditation. So prior to that, what we all know is that we generally do meditation to attain happiness or mindfulness, or in order to remove the stress. So when we say stress, as engineers, we know stress we basically define as the resistive force per unit area, and sometimes it is being misunderstood with the term pressure, which we define as pressure per unit, sorry, force per unit area. So these three things basically that we study in our engineering practice, that is pressure, tension, and stress. Basically, what I understand is this pressure is very much important because generally it leads us to achieve our what we can say goal. Okay, so sometimes we have pressure to complete our doctoral. Sometimes we have pressure to publish papers in order to grow in our professional career. Sometimes we have pressure to take care of our family members as well as our kids. Okay, so that pressure sometimes helps us to go ahead and do the things properly. So basically, pressure, what I understand, is useful. But similarly, we have generally we gradually grow tension in our life, what we call tension. So sometimes tension, it is also what I feel is sometimes useful so far as it is positive, because it helps us to elongate. But when that tension is a negative one, that is a compressive one, it shortens. For me, it's the positive tension is always helpful. But stress, what we understand, it leads to strain. So we are working in different field. We are leading different lives. So uh, there should be a stress as less as possible. So in recent days, what we do as young professionals, we try to basically, in an objective to reduce stress, we go for meditation. So what I mean to say is that this particular session we are making an attempt, along with thanks to Sahaja Yoga team. They have joined with us, so we look forward to learn something, so that that will be helpful for us to basically reduce stress in our personal as well as professional lives. In order to do that, we are fortunate enough to have respected Vijay Kumar Nalgirkar sir with us. In order to introduce him, I need to say only one thing. Sir's date of birth is July 1947. So prior to independence, sir was born. So namaskar, sir. Uh, I on
Namaskar.
behalf of Department of Production Engineering, our faculty and staff members, as well as the participants of this Atal FDP 5 days online faculty development program on 3D design and printing. All the participants, on behalf of all, I welcome you to this particular session. Sir has a vast professional experience, starting from he was Executive Director, Engineers India Limited, New Delhi, from 1975 to 2006, Senior Vice President, Reliance Industries, from 2006 to 14. He mainly his activities includes spiritual activities, dedicated discipline of Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. practicing Sahaja Yoga since 1984. So once again, I welcome you to this particular session, sir, and I request you to kindly start the session. Please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Mahapatraji, welcoming us and giving this opportunity to talk about stress and meditation by Sahaja Yoga. Actually, I feel very at home because you all are having engineering background and same background I have. I have spent my whole life in the engineering profession. I did my engineering degree in 1969. Then I had been to Japan for further education in 1972. And since then, I have been working in different industry companies. But parallelly, while doing this, I have been practicing Sahaja Yoga since 1984. And after retiring, because now I am more than 70 years of age, I have time now, retired life. So I give full time to practice Sahaja Yoga. When I was working throughout, I used to spend my all as a hobby or my time only learning more and more about Sahaja Yoga. Now I will come to what is Sahaja Yoga. Before that, as Mr. Mahapatra was explaining about the pressure and the stress, very much correct, because what the engineering profession will do is that pressure and stress, it is all on different atom, different equipment, different material. But whereas here we are talking about our own stress. We all are human beings, and we have also the feeling of stress, which causes further problems, physical, mental problems. Basically, if you see our elderly people, they never talked about any stress and tension. I am very sure, because everyone has elderly people in the house, in the family, and they were very comfortable. They had no this kind of stress, tension. They had no BP, they had no diabetes, any such problem. But this modern world, which we call as a developed world, has given us these as a byproduct, where we are subjected to stress and tension. That is because more and more desires are coming up. Our earlier people, they had very limited desires and they used to be happy and contented. But the modern person, modern man, has more desires and he keeps running after the desires to achieve it, what we call is by action, activities. And whenever there is a difference, you desire something and you are not able to achieve, it causes some stress or tension. And and also these days there's more competition, more desires, because every person has so many desires one after another. So more desires, definitely there is a cause to have some tension, stress. And more competition, again stress and tension. And also the modern world has created human beings of those who are cunning, who are untruth, who are not faithful, not trustworthy. So these things have started as a gain of this modern world. Earlier days, these things were not there, and people used to be happy and contented. With this modern development, where we all are educated and learned, and also we take up higher and higher responsibility, definitely you are subjected to stress and tension. And the gross expression of tension and stress is more frustration. You will find it is the inner feeling in our being. Also, the anger, then hatred, nervousness, violence, sickness. So all these are of the stress and tension, which we cannot see physically, but it is there in our being. And as a result, we end up into different mental and physical diseases. And we run to the doctors, we run to psychiatrists, and they give their own as per their treatment, and it never disappears. The stress will go and will come back again, because the doctor, psychiatrists, all these people, and also there are some so-called gurus who, by the name of gurus, who are not real gurus but false gurus. We go to them and we become a victim of all these people, and we go on running like a wheel behind them. But in Sahaja Yoga, now what is Sahaja Yoga I will explain. But before that, in Sahaja Yoga we deal and treat with the roots of our being. Every human being has a roots inside. Whatever we see outside is a gross body, and inside us there is what is called is a settler body, what is called a Sukshma Sharir. So I will come to that Sukshma Sharir. Before that, the Sahaja Yoga is a system. Sahaj means with, Sah means with, Ja means born with you. Born with you is there is one cosmic divine energy inside us, in every human being, irrespective of caste, color, race, region, religion, country, age, gender, whatever it is. As long as you are a human being, this cosmic energy inside us resides. So the name of that energy is known in India since it is called as Kundalini. Now this divine energy is settled in our triangular bone called sacrum bone at the bottom of the spinal cord, and this energy enters from our head, the talu, fontanel bone area at the top. When we are a small baby child inside our mother's womb, that is the time it enters into and settles down, and that from that time, so-called we are in a lively state. Before entering this energy, we are just like a small mass inside, but this energy comes inside, it activates our being. So this Kundalini which is inside us has to be awakened, and it comes out straight. If you see in front of us, there are three channels: right, left, and central channel. I will come to that. So it rises in the central channel called Sushumna, and it goes up, what is Urdhva-gati, and it comes out of our talu, which is called fontanel bone area or Brahmarandra or Sahasrar, and it comes out, and all around us, whether it is a gaseous state, liquid state, or a solid state, everywhere this Brahma Chaitanya, Brahma Shakti is present. So we have to get connected with this Brahma Chaitanya, Brahma Shakti power, which is infinity, which is endless. So from a limited, you are getting connected yourself with the unlimited, and that energy soothes you down, it purifies you, it energizes you, and your all stress and tension will go off. Now, coming to Sahaja Yoga, this is started by Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Can we go to that slide? Param Pujya Shri Mataji Nirmal Devi, she is a doctor herself, medical doctor, passed long back in maybe 1945 or so from Lahore Medical College. There were very few medical colleges at that time, and Shri Mataji did medical study from that college, and she is a daughter of Mr. P.K. Salve, who has been mayor of Nagpur city, who has been member of parliament, the first parliament, constituent assembly, which wrote the Constitution of India. He was a member of the committee to write the Constitution of India. He also was freedom fighter along with Mahatma Gandhi, and he went many times in the jail. Also, Shri Mataji was a school girl that time, and Shri Mataji also went to jail along with the father and mother. So this is the background, because we here in market, in outside, so many gurus, but Shri Mataji is totally different, and she is very highly disciplined, but at the same time loving all her children and giving them complete spiritual ascent. Now, this in Sahaja Yoga, you don't have to leave family, you don't have to leave your jobs. You are as it is. There is no change in your daily life or your family life, and you continue as it is, and you can practice the Sahaja Yoga, which will help you to improve your physical health, your mental health, and also it will give you all-round well-being. Now, Sahaja Yoga means, Sah means, just now I explained you the Kundalini power. Ja means it is born with you. So you are awakening this divine energy inside us, and with that you are getting yoga. Yoga means when the Kundalini comes out of your talu, your head, which is called Brahmarandra. Brahma means the Brahma Chaitanya, Randra means it is the whole. It is coming out and it is getting united with all this all-pervading power, which is infinity. So you are no more a limited person, limited energy. You are connected with, and that is how the Brahma Chaitanya descends inside you, and it nourishes all your subtle chakras and nadis. Now, Shri Mataji is the only authority, divine authority, spiritual authority, by whose blessings this Kundalini power gets awakened. There is nobody now in the world who can awaken this energy, Kundalini power. Earlier, there were some very high-level Rishumunis in India who had this divine power, but they used to awaken. Only one guru used to have one disciple. So only one, they used to awaken this energy of one person only and have one disciple. But Shri Mataji is a divine power now, spiritual power. In front of her, whatever number of people are sitting, she, by her blessings, the Kundalini of all the people sitting in front gets awakened. Only we have to express our desire, because awakening Kundalini is purely based on our desire. If we don't desire, then it will not happen, because it is a freedom given to human being, whether you want to awaken this divine and request Shri Mataji, this energy gets awakened. Now, with this energy, can we go to settled chart, Nadi chart? Okay. Now, whatever outside you see, our all organs, etc., that is all a gross body. Whatever we see or whatever a doctor can see is a gross body. Even if they cut inside, they will find nerves and the blood and everything. It's all gross, whatever we see. But this gross body has a roots inside. Now those roots are expressed by nadis and chakras. There are 3 nadis inside our being. Every human being, irrespective which caste, which region, which race you belong, as long as you are a human being, this settler body or Sukshma Sharir has inside, and these are called as the roots. So there are 3 nadis inside us. Like you can see here, the blue color nadi, which is called as Ida nadi. It is also called left channel, and it is also called as Chandra nadi, and it represents our emotions, our sentiments, and our past. Because this is connected with, if you see in the head a small balloon-like green, that is called as a conditioning. All our conditioning, they go and settle in that blue bigger bubble. Similarly, there is a yellow channel. This nadi is called a right channel, and it is a Pingala nadi. It has it deals with the future and our action, our activities, our planning, and this nadi ends up in the yellow balloon in our head, which we call as ego. Because whatever actions, whatever we do, it has a reaction. That reaction is added to our ego. And in the center, there is one channel which is called Sushumna, and this Sushumna is the central channel, and it has the 7 main chakras. There are other small chakras also, but the main chakra 7. At the bottom, we call is a Muladhara chakra, and we go up the Nabhi and the Anahat, Vishuddhi, Ajna chakra, and the Sahasrara. So these are the 7 chakras. And Kundalini, when it is awakened, it travels Urdhva upward, and it comes out of Sahasrara. Now, before Sahasrara, there is one chakra called Ajna chakra. Now, the moment the Kundalini crosses Ajna chakra, we get into thoughtless state, what we call as a nirvichar, thoughtless awareness. We are thoughtless, but we are in full awareness. We are not sleeping, we are not unconscious, we are in full awareness, but in a thoughtless state. And that is the state what we call as meditation. The moment we are in a thoughtless state, we go into meditation. And this state gives a nourishment to our entire being, to all our chakras and nadis, and it purifies everything. It will nourish, it will energize, and it will enlighten also. And that is how all organs connected to different chakras, if there is any kind of disease, any kind of problem, that get completely vanished. So you don't have to take any medicine from outside. It is just like treating the roots. Whatever doctors they treat to the leaf or to the branches, not to the roots. Whereas the spiritual system here through Sahaja Yoga, it treats the roots, and it gives you all the energy. And if there is a problem of energy, Kundalini is the power which is awakened, and it has infinity energy. As much as you want, it is required, it will come and nourish the centers, chakras, and the nadis. And these chakras are also in medical terminology called plexus. So they have different name in medical language. But doctors cannot see these chakras. These are all subtle, sukshma. We cannot see these nadis and chakras, but they do exist, and this is what is in all religion and by all saints and by all rishis, they have described this. So coming to outside us, our being, there is a Brahma Chaitanya existing everywhere, which is called as Ruh in Islam. In ancient Hindu system, we call it Brahma Chaitanya, and also in Christianity, it is called Divine Cool Breeze. It is existing. Now, that is a power of our Creator, that is the power of the God, which is existing everywhere, and that Brahma Chaitanya power is running the whole universe since it is created. It is holding the sun, it is holding the moon, earth, and running, rotating, and also it is making seasons. Also, when we put a seed into the Mother Earth, it sprouts, the plant gets flowers, the flower comes into fruits, and also different seasons changing automatically, sun and days and nights and months. So it is all run by this power, which has infinity power. And we, when we get connected by Kundalini, when it comes out of our Sahasrara, then we get connected to this Brahma Chaitanya power, and it is called yoga. So we get union with the all-pervading power. Yoga is nothing but union of two. So here it is the union of our being with the Brahma Chaitanya. So once you are in this yoga, number one, you get nirvichar. Number two, the energy descends down and it energizes, purifies you, enlightens you. And also above all, as it is said in Gita, Yoga Kshema Vahamyam, means the moment you are in yoga, you will get Kshema. Kshema means it is all-round well-being. It is not that only you will become suddenly rich or you will become suddenly big position holder, prime minister or president, but all-round well-being, and you will be a very happy, contented person and having peace inside the heart and having also a joy in your being. You will be feeling very lighter and fresh and energetic. You will have good sleep, and you are all yoga. Once you are in yoga, the Brahma Chaitanya power takes over your all activities, and everything will, whatever you desire, whatever you require, it happens. Now, for a modern man, it is very difficult to accept this, but we have experienced this, not myself, but Sahaja Yoga is practiced in lakhs of people in India, thousands of people everywhere in different countries, whether Europe, USA, Australia, Russia, or even the Eastern Bloc countries, which were communist countries. And everywhere the result is same. They are all happy. They are free of all diseases, and leading a very happy life. So it is proven by thousands and thousands of people. And this is how we have a system in India, ancient system. A Sadguru used to put hand on the head to give the blessing. That blessing is not just a physical action, but the Guru has a power, used to have power, by keeping a hand. The moment he keeps hand on your head, talu, immediately the Kundalini used to get awakened and comes out. So the moment he is blessed, you are in yoga. The moment you are in yoga, you are all shame you will get, all diseases will go. Now this is what was the system in the olden days when there were real Sadguru. But these days there are no such Sadgurus. They are all play different chamatkar, different miracles, so-called, by using Bhuta Vidya, Pisacha Vidya, They can give you some material, they can give you some money, but they cannot give you all-round well-being. They cannot give you peace. They cannot give you a joy inside your heart and all-round well-being. But that is possible here in Sahaja Yoga. Sri Mataji has blessed all the people, not only in India but outside, and so everyone can, once we desire, we can have this yoga or Kundalini awakening, and it is just like a small seed putting into the Mother Earth and the seed getting sprouted. Now that we call as Atma Sakshatkar. Means the moment Kundalini touches your Sahasrara, your spirit which is residing in the heart gets awakened. The spirit awakened, immediately you enter into new awareness, which is called the fourth awareness, where you start feeling the Brahma Chaitanya on your hands, both the hands. That is the central nervous system. You start feeling the Brahma Chaitanya on your head, and it is a cool breeze, both all the fingers, all the hands, and on the head. So Adi Shankaracharya has called it as a Salilam, and in Muslim it is called Ruh. You feel on your hands, and in Christianity it is called divine cool breeze. And that is how in Islam they spread both the hands and during namaz time, and they pray God to give the feeling sensation of the Brahma Chaitanya. That is Ruh. And once you feel that Brahma Chaitanya, you cannot feel unless you have yoga. The moment you are in yoga, awareness. And all religions, basically, even you talk of Buddha, the Buddha has talked that you have to become Bodhi. Now, Bodhi means to get the feeling of Brahma Chaitanya on your central nervous system. And similarly, here we call the same as Atma Sakshatkar or self-realization. Self means the spirit, realization means the existence of the spirit inside our being. Every human being has a spirit in the heart. So it has to be awakened. It is also in the sleeping state. It gets awakened by the awakening of Kundalini. And the moment the spirit is awakened, immediately we get feeling of the existence of the Brahma Chaitanya. Same, you call it Ruh or you call it divine Kundalini. So in Sanskrit or Hindi, we call Atma Sakshatkar. The moment Sakshatkar means it is a feeling existence. We feel that awareness, or it is called self-realization. We get realized, yes, this power does exist. We were not aware because we were limited human being and we were not aware of this. But by awakening Kundalini, we enter into new awareness. And awareness is to feel the Brahma Chaitanya. And we used to call in ancient India as a second birth. The moment Sahasrara is opened and you are connected with all pervading power, it is a second birth. Dvija means birds are also called Dvija because birds, they get birth in an egg shape, and from egg they come out second time. Similarly, we also, the moment get yoga, we get second birth. And also the moment we feel Brahma Chaitanya on our central nervous system, on our hand, we become a real Brahmin, because the Brahmin is that who has felt the Brahma Chaitanya on his or her being. Then you are real true Brahmins. It is also called a Nabi in Islam, or called Awliya, or it is also called in Christianity second birth, because the Lord Jesus Christ has said that you will have to be born again. Means this is the second birth. So he has said, and he has also said that I will appear in tongues of flames, which we cannot see. Our eyes have our own limitations to see different frequencies. So, but if you take a picture by using some camera, sometimes you the picture of the Kundalini, you feel different colors, and it is like a tongues of flames. And this is what explain in all the religions. But there was no such high spiritual person to give Sakshatkar. The Param Pujya Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. She is a doctor by profession, but she has never practiced. But she has conducted so many medical conferences in USA, in Europe, in India, Bombay, Delhi. And there are so many doctors who are followers of Sri Mataji. They come to Sri Mataji for all non-curable diseases like cancer and AIDS. All those have been treated because by medicine, these non-curable diseases, they get cured, but again they appear after some time. But here, through Sahaja Yoga, there is a direct treatment on your roots, and your root cleansed, energized, and nourished. So instead of the disease will disappear, but your face will look relaxed. The face will also start like shining. So that is the result of Kundalini awakening and getting self-realization. So we all can get self-realization and practice Sahaja Yoga. In every city of India or outside India, there are Sahaja Yoga centers. Because after getting self-realization, it is just like sprouting a seed. That's all. That's the end. But the small sprouting has to go into a small plant, and the plant has to become a tree. So that has to be developed. So Atma Sakshatkar is only like sprouting a seed. So that is what we can do. But you have to become, because it is a starting. The small seed which is sprouted, you have to practice because it is not such a big rigorous practice. You don't have to take holiday and go somewhere in mountain or in jungles. You can be with family, you can be in the house doing the same job. Only you have to give some time, morning and evening, and so that your growth keeps on, and you become expert and free from all physical, mental problems. And also the family will improve. The family will like to practice Sahaja Yoga. Your all relations will improve. Your problems in the family will disappear. So the yoga will bring you complete Kshema. And the another speciality of Sahaja Yoga is that once you get realization and you start feeling cool breeze, you have that spiritual authority to give further self-realization to others. And that is how we are here as a representative, children of Her Holiness Sri Mataji. She has further given this, I will not say authority, but automatic spiritual powers. You can also do self-realization. But after getting self-realization, everyone has to practice few minutes morning, few minutes evening, and grow into this and become expert. Now, you have to express yes. Can we go to the self-realization? Let's start. Okay. Now, how about that chart, 9 figure chart? Okay, like this. Now, if you see this, we start the process of Sakshatkar or self-realization, because that is the beginning of Sahaja Yoga. That is the start of Sahaja Yoga. And uh, there is a process how we give self-realization. If you see these 9 diagrams, you can sit on the ground or you can sit in the chair, keeping your both feet touching the Mother Earth. If you are wearing any shoes or chappals, you have to remove and keep your feet touching the Mother Earth. Or if you can sit like this picture on the floor, you can sit on the carpet, no problem. And you have to, the left hand, you have to keep open in the front, like it is shown in all the 9 pictures. The left hand has to be always open and nothing is to be done by the left hand, because left represents the desire, that is the left side. We have seen the Ida Nadi, which is the left side. So left hand represents the Ida Nadi. So you are keeping your desire on throughout. And right hand is called the action, Pingala Nadi. And only by the right hand you have to do all action. The first picture, you have to, right now I'm just explaining, you have to just try to understand that throughout you have to keep the eyes closed. And the first action is keep the right hand on the heart. Everyone knows where is the heart. Keep on the heart. Then what is to say that Sri Mataji will explain. Number 2, we are keeping on the stomach, left side, left upper part of the stomach. Then number 3, on the left lower part of the stomach. 4 is back to the left upper part of the stomach. And then back to on the heart, number 5. Number 6 is the hand you are keeping and the neck, left side of the neck, shoulder and then the neck, where that corner, we keep at that corner. 7 is we keep on our forehead, kapal, forehead. Number 8 is on the back side of the kapal, back side of the head. And number 9 is on the head, what we call as sahasrar, what we call talu. You have to stretch your hand and keep the center of the palm right touching the center of the head. So this is what we have to do, because this we explained, because once we start from number 1, we are keeping eyes closed up to 9 till it is said open the eyes. So now Chandrakant will play this. So now Sri Mataji's video will come. Sri Mataji will explain. But you have to, as per this picture, 1 to 9.
Yeah. So we are playing one video, and in this video there will be instruction for the 9th step. We request you all participants to follow the instruction. Once the video start, Dr. Shri Nirmala Srivastava will ask you to close your eyes and follow the instruction. If you give your 100% in this 10 minutes, you can feel the self-realization. That is a experience of real yoga, experience of meditation. So let's observe this video, and after 5 to 10 seconds, you can close your eyes.
Keep your eyes closed. First of all, please put your right hand on your heart. All the time the left hand is closed. Now, here you have to say in your heart, with all sincerity, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question 3 times in your heart. It's a very fundamental question. Now bring the right hand on to the left hand side of your stomach, in the upper part. Here present. Now this is the center of your mastery, your guidance, your Guru Tattva, they say. So ask the question, Mother, am I my own master? This is a question to be asked 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Now, bring your right hand down below, in the lower part of your body. Now, this is the center from which all the divine work is done. All the pure work is done. You can ask 6 times because this center has got 6 bellies. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. 6 times you just ask. As a result of this asking, the Kundalini starts getting awake. Now to help the Kundalini rise, you have to cooperate with her. So please put your right hand on the left hand side in the upper part of your abdomen and press on the stomach. Now here you have to say with full confidence to help the Kundalini to rise. Mother, I am my own master. This you have to say 10 times. These are the 10 commandments which you have to say. That, Mother, I am my own master. Now, 10 times with full confidence. Now, please raise your right hand to your heart. Now, here you have to say, again with full confidence. Mother, I am the Spirit. This is the truth. You are the Spirit. But you have to say with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This you have to say 12 times. Now one has to know that God Almighty is the ocean of love. But above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. So He forgives. Whatever wrong you do, He forgives. So don't feel guilty and put your right hand across on the left hand side in the corner which is made by your neck and your shoulder. Now here you have to say again with full confidence 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. Please say, Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times. I am not guilty at all. Please say. Please say. place your hand across on your forehead. And it's a very important center. Here you have to say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it from your heart. How many times is not the point? Mother, I forgive everyone. Now, some would say that it's very difficult to forgive, but it's a myth that we do not forgive or we forgive. We do not do anything in both the cases. But if you don't forgive, then we play into wrong hands. So please say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now please take your hand on the back agya, the same center, on the back side of your head, and allow your head to rest on it and push it back a little. Now here, you have to say, for your satisfaction, because you always feel guilty, that, oh Divine, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive. Please forgive. From your heart. Stretch your hand fully and put your center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a very soft bone in your child. Press it hard. Press hard your scalp. Now you have to move it 7 times, saying one thing, which you have to ask for. Mother, please give us my self-realization. Because I cannot force on you. You have to ask for it. 7 times, press it hard and move it 7 times. Very hard. Slowly. Saying that.
Now slowly we can open our eyes. And we can observe our both the palm and top of our head. We may feel a cool, we may feel a hot. हमें ठंडा या गर्म अपने दोनों हाथों में महसूस हो रहा होगा. Now one last step we can do all together. Move your right hand above your head. Keep some distance. Maybe if possible, I request you all participants, you can switch on your video just for 2 or 3 minutes. Move your palm little above your head. Move little left, right, up, down. See if you can able to feel a cool or hot breeze. If possible, you can switch on your video just for 1 or 2 minutes. Now take your right hand back to your lap. Try with the left hand and see if you can able to feel a cool or hot breeze. बहुत सूक्ष्म एक्सपीरियंस है ये. हमें कोशिश करना है कि हमारे सर में से कहाँ पे आ रहा है उसे देखना है. Now take your left hand back to your lap. Again try with the right hand. Now take our both the hand back to our lap. Now be relaxed here the practical part is over. Now we request Uncle Nargilkar sir to take the next part, question answer, and how to meditate. Meantime, I'm posting you one feedback link on a chart, so you can fill the feedback link. You will get all the material with automated email to your inbox. And we have one WhatsApp group which we generally teach you the Sahaj Yoga technique every Sunday 10 a.m. over Zoom. If you are interested, you can join that group also. So over to you, sir.
So some must have felt cool, both the hands or one hand or on the talu on the head or anywhere, one hand or only talu. Some might have feel a little warm, some might have feel some tingling. So these are things, it depends on what is the condition of your chakras and what is the condition of your nadis. Because right now we saw right and left nadis, so there has to be balance. Well, one nadi is called Ida, which is a nadi, it is a channel of desire. The right channel Pingla, it's a channel of action. So the desire and action, so there has to be balance. So you have to be in the center. That is how you must have heard from childhood that आपको balance में रहना है. Now that balance is this balance. So you have to be in the center. And so the Kundalini will try to bring you in the center. So the moment you feel some cool or some hot, or some might have not felt anything, doesn't matter, because this is like a sprouting a seed. And when the seed is getting sprouted, sometimes there is a soft soil, sometimes there is a hard soil, sometimes there is a rock. So the same thing, if our chakras are completely blocked or chakras are a little bit open, and Kundalini is like a rope. It has so many strands. If you take a section, and few strands come up in the beginning, all the strands will not come. That is how few strands will come and will give you a very sukshma feeling of cool or hot. Because the more strands when they start coming up, the more and more chakras are opening, then you will feel clear-cut cool, clear-cut hot. Because later on, when the chakras are open, Kundalini is coming up, you are feeling hot, means there is a problem in that chakra. Or some wrong person is standing in front of you and he is giving hot vibrations and your chakras are getting affected. So that is how you see we are taught from our childhood not to be in association with bad people. So those bad vibrations will not allow your chakras to get open. And Kundalini, but Kundalini will keep trying, and you will feel sometimes it takes time to open. So now next action is to practice at home and also to go to the nearest center. Every city has many centers. In every city, in not only India but abroad, any country, whether it is Europe, USA, Australia, Canada, anywhere. So you can have the address, you can go to the nearest center, and it is advised to attend at least once in a week for 1 hour or 2 hours, because you can discuss with them, you can practice, you can get your all chakras corrected. It can happen. And now there is a clearing technique also, because the chakras, what you have seen, is the different chakras from top to bottom. Now these chakras can be opened with a different method further, which is called as a clearing technique. The clearing techniques are there. because the first chakra from the bottom is called Muladhara chakra, then it is Swadhisthana, then it is a Nabhi, then it is a Anahata chakra, then Vishuddhi, Ajna and Sahasrara. For each chakra, when you find particular, because on your hands and on your fingers, because each finger represents the chakra. Like the thumb, for example, our thumb of the hands, it represents Swadhisthana chakra. So like this, there is a Vishuddhi. The next to thumb, that finger represents Vishuddhi. So if some negative catches are coming, negative effect is coming, so immediately that finger will start giving you tingling or some pinning action or burning action. It means that chakra is getting affected. So for every chakra, how to clean it, how to nourish it, so there is a system available. So you will be given a small booklet called Introduction, which only broadly gives the details how to cleanse each chakra. And if you go to the nearest center, there is no fee as such, because Sahaja Yoga is free of cost. Anywhere you go, anywhere in the world, for doing this meditation, for clearing chakras, there is no charge. So, but if you go to some center and you eat some food or you eat some tea, etc., for that you have to probably pay. But the actual main spiritual action, like cleaning the chakra, meditation, for this there is no fee as such, anywhere in the world. So if anybody has any question, please feel free to ask, because I was also like you in the beginning, and let me frankly agree that like you got a realization today, I did not feel for 1 month, but I kept going to the nearest center, and slowly then I started feeling. The more I was practicing, then I got my own experience, because you have to experience yourself and you have to certify yourself. Don't take any certificate from anybody. You experience yourself and certify yourself. This is the theory of Sahaja Yoga. And that is how, we went on practicing more and feeling more better, and not only physically, mentally, and the family issues, etc., but also all around well-being we started feeling. Now,
so there is a question on chat box. Will it be possible, or should I read the question?
I can read. If you can put on the chat again. I saw something but could not read. I was busy in talking. Are you read out?
Yeah, so I can read out. There is a question. I'm asking for my wife. She feels most of the time sleepy, and nowadays she is forgetting something which is a part of our routine. Is there any remedy in yoga? She wants to be energetic and increase her memory power.
Yes, absolutely. This is the best case for Sahaja Yoga. You see, you have seen the left side and the right side. The more left side, we in Sahaja Yoga, we call it catches. Catches means there are some negative effects on the left side. The more left side getting caught, you become lazy. You start feeling sleepy. Then you are not so much active. But if you clean and clear the left channel, that is the left side, that is the Ida Nadi, there is a very nice method, very simple method. And the moment you clear, your laziness will go, you will feel fresh, and so on. And the moment you do actual meditation, means sitting both the hands spreading and closing eyes and sitting in nirvichar means thoughtlessness state. So it means the Kundalini will come up, it will nourish your all chakras, it will balance you left and right. Everything will happen. Your whole being will be corrected by Kundalini, because that is it is called as your mother, eternal mother. Kundalini is with your being for all the time, whether you are human being, whether you are animal, you are bird, the Kundalini remains with you all the time. So the Kundalini knows you are all past and future. So it will keep correcting you, because the main desire of the Kundalini is to get connected with this all-pervading power. And automatically you will get energized. So this is the best example to get, I will not use the word treatment, because treatment means it goes to medical side. Here it is natural, it is your own, and this will definitely improve. And the moment Kundalini comes in the Ajna Chakra and passes through our Sahasrara, the last chakra, so the Ajna Chakra is connected to all the brain, and the brain gets nourished, the brain gets completely nurtured, and your memory will improve, your intelligence will improve. If he or she is a student, your pickup understanding will become fast, your memory will go up, because it is a infinitely divine power. It is not any limited power. There are other powers which are not normal, like Bhuta Vidya, Pushachi Vidya, they also bring. But if somebody has even that effect, suppose there is somebody who has a effect of some, in India we call it Badha. So you have effect of some Bhuta Vidya, Pushachi Vidya, the Kundalini will clear that also. You will be free from that. If you are a neighbor or any relation who is affected with that, and that person will never come near you. It is automatic, you don't have to think, because the whole world, the whole universe is run by Brahma Chaitanya. And now you will be in the hands of Brahma Chaitanya if you take care of your being.
Sir, there are two more questions on the chat. Should I read it out? The question one is, I have some problem like gastric problem, and also I am not able to remember what I am studying. How to increase my concentration, how I remember easily, and how my gastric problem will cure by the meditation.
Very simple. This is also a good case. You see, we have liver here in the stomach. On the right hand side, upper portion, we have liver. And the liver becomes hot. The more we think, more and more, the liver gets heated up. Also, these days there is a habit of drinking. Any liquor if you drink, the liver gets affected. Then your attention, chitta, is also affected. So basically, when there is no concentration and there is a gastric problem, the stomach is getting heated up, the liver becomes actually hot. So by this meditation, your Nabhi will get nurtured, automatically the liver will get nourished, and also there is a special treatment which will be told you, because you can keep actual ice pack wrapped into some cloth on your liver for some time so that it should cool down, and you will find digestion improving, you will find gastric problem improved, and also the memory problem. That actually basically it is our attention, which is attention is it is called as the base of attention is on the liver. The liver has to be properly maintained, not cold or not hot. So the liver gives you best attention, and when there is best attention, you can focus properly, you can concentrate properly, you can understand better. Also, the Kundalini will improve your memory and your understanding. Actually, the Kundalini is called our own mother. This mother is not of this birth, but this mother is your eternal mother. And it takes care of you without your thinking, without your knowledge. It has all the time efforts how to nourish, how to improve the child. And it is a divine infinity power. And you don't have to go so quickly to a doctor because they will give so many tablets, and tablets will suppress something, but something else will rise up. So like a side effect. But in Sahaja, there is nothing like side effect. All I can say is that only the one main problem with the learned people is the faith, because we have been taught by the Western style education. We have been taught, so we can very difficult to have faith in any spiritual group. But it is a reality. We have to accept, and we have to have our own experience and develop our own faith. Now that is how we have been practicing, and right now if anybody asks me, I have absolutely no doubt of any kind. Only I keep wondering why people don't take surgery, why people don't practice. You don't have to spend any money, you don't have to run after anybody. It is your own power, it is your own energy, and you have to just visit once or twice the nearest center, because collective meditation has the importance of its own. Otherwise, you can meditate at your home. So why not have this? That is how it has been. The future forecast has been that a day will come when there is no doctors required, no hospitals required, and everywhere one will follow Sahaja practice treatment. You'll be all right. And the Sahaja has no any bad effect of any kind, no side effect, because right now thousands and thousands of people are practicing all over the world. Not a single case. It will not be, because Kundalini is your own eternal mother. So somebody must be thinking, if I start practicing Sahaja, whether I may have some problem, unknown problem. No, absolutely no problem. At least I know thousands of people. If at all there is a positive effect, only there is no negative of any effect. That is guaranteed. What is the next question?
Yeah, the next question is, I am facing a fatty liver problem. How it cure with meditation?
Which liver?
Fatty liver.
Fatty liver, okay. So it is the same, it is opposite. Just now I talked about the liver, which is hot, means it is more active. The liver, when it is more active, the person is thinking more, or is having liquor, etc. So it is one effect, which we call as highly active liver. The opposite of highly active liver is slow liver, means then it becomes fatty, it becomes cool. Because you see, in our body, every organ or every parameter has a range. So it has to operate within that range. Similarly, the liver has to operate within some temperature range. The moment it goes to cooler side, it becomes a lazy liver, it becomes a fatty liver. The moment it is a hotter temperature, hotter due to thinking or any other reason, then we go to the higher side. It means we are going out of range, as a lower side or higher side. So the fatty liver means it is a lower side, and it also affects the attention, because liver is connected with the attention also. So liver is very, very important. Like we have one heart, similarly we have one liver in our body. The rest, like we have 2 kidneys, we have 2 ears, we have 2 eyes, but the liver is one. So we have to be careful about the liver. So it can be treated like hot liver has a treatment. Similarly, cold liver has a treatment. So you keep, normally what we do, that we keep left hand on the liver and right hand in front. Now to practice, you have to accept that we all keep Sri Mataji's photograph. And in front of the photograph, we do all meditation, we do all clearing, because the Kundalini knows Sri Mataji. Now, this fact we have to accept, at least in the beginning, as a theory. Then once you practice and you experience yourself, then your faith will get more and more developed. So if we keep left hand on the liver, right hand in front of Sri Mataji's photograph, then from the photograph, the energy goes through your hand and into the liver. So it is natural, because all learned people have so much of a thinking process and the brain. We start doubting, and we have been taught from beginning, anything new we do, you must check, you must reconfirm again and again. So you can do that, which we have done. I have done at least maybe 1,000 times. And I have seen people practicing all over the world, thousands and thousands. I have talked to number of people. Nobody has any side effect or bad effect. If at all any, it is a positive effect. अगर है तो पॉजिटिव है, नहीं तो कोई नेगेटिव बिल्कुल नहीं है. Nowhere. Or any next question?
I guess all the question is over. And
Now I request all the participants, please, are we giving them the Sahaja addresses where the center they can find?
yes. Once they fill the feedback form, they will get all the information through one email, and then they can continue on whatever they want.
Also, you have Sahaja websites in all languages now. And English, of course, you can get in India, you can get UK, USA, Europe, everywhere. And also, if you go to that website, you will find your city name, your city address, etc. Then you can inquire anybody, you will get the nearest center. For example, if you are in Pune or Bombay or Delhi or Chennai, Calcutta, or Orissa in Bhubaneswar, you will find more than 20 to 25 centers in every city by now. So you can find out nearest center from your house, and if you can visit once in a week, maybe for 2 hours, it will be very helpful. You don't have to spend money. ठीक है.
Thank you to Vijay Nargilkar sir, and thank you Tripathi Mahapatra sir for giving this opportunity. And we will have some more session in future where we can teach advanced technique like foot soak and other thing. So thank you for this beautiful opportunity. Over to you, sir.
Yes, in fact, this particular session we have been watching along with the other faculties and staff members. What our faculties and staffs, they are suggesting ki we should go for a session means for more duration for our departmental staffs and faculties. So in future, I will get in touch with you regarding that very soon. Yes, sir.
So Mahapatra ji, thank you very much. And it is because you see, I am not a marketing person of Sahaja. I am an independent person like you, professional engineering. And I will say this is the best practice available these days in this world. And this is also called as a last judgment. Like in Christianity, the Bible, it says there will be last judgment. And this is the time of the last judgment. And we have to have Sahaja Yoga to cross through. Otherwise, last judgment means either you go to heaven or hell. So this is the time, and the Sahaja Yoga will decide. This is what has been forecasted. But apart from that, last judgment, the other thing is that Sahaja Yoga is very helpful for every professional, and you don't have to take, because there are some gurus who follow that you have to take holiday and go on camp there 1 month. They will treat you, do this, do that, and they will send you back. But again, after 3-4 months, you have to go back again. In Sahaja Yoga, there is nothing like this. You carry on your daily activities, your daily household, your business, profession. Only it is just like online. You don't have to take leave at all. Just give a few minutes in the morning, evening, and on the holiday, Saturday or Sunday, go to the nearest center for 2 hours every week. I think that much we can, because we will save so many medical bills. We will have so many all-round well-being. So why not spend this much time? And also, you will do better in your profession. If you are an engineer or doctor anywhere, you will do better, and also you will get better ratings in your profession, and so on. Everything will be positive. Only we have to be honest and sincere to Sahaja Yoga. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. And we are ready if you give more time. And this can be practiced by all. It can be a small child, a younger boy, middle-aged people, or even the older people. Your all bosses can also come and join, because they are also, after all, human beings. And everybody wants peace of mind. Everybody wants a joy in the heart and enjoy the life. So thank you very much, Mahapatra ji.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for such a nice session, and we will definitely try to incorporate it in our daily life, and we look forward to listen to you in future as well, sir. Thank
Definitely.
you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to all participants. Thank you.
Participants, please be online. Stay tuned so that we can start the validatory session within a couple of minutes. And I will be sharing the quiz test link as well. So please stay tuned for 2 minutes, couple of minutes.